The artist that I chose for this presentation is Paul O. Zelinsky. Paul was born on February 14, 1953 in Evanston, Illinois, but grew up in Wilmette, Illinois. His father was a mathematics professor and his mother was a medical illustrator. Starting at a young age, Zelinsky loved to draw. Because he enjoyed drawing so much, he attended Yale College and majored in art. While being at Yale, he took a history of picture books class with Maurice Sendak as one of his professors. Sendak wrote the popular children's book Where the Wild Things Are. After graduating from Yale College, he went on to attend Tyler School of Art, where he earned his master's degree while studying painting in Rome and Philadelphia. He taught at a college in California for a little bit, but then decided to move to New York to start illustrating. Although he did illustrations throughout his teen years for newspapers and even in one of his father's math books, the first novel that he illustrated was in 1978 by a writer named Avey. Since this illustration, he has become one of the most successful illustrators in the literature field. Paul Zelinsky won the Caldecott Medal for Rapunzel and earned Caldecott honors for Hansel and Gretel, Rumpelstiltskin, and Swamp Angel. His most popular books are The Wheels on the Bus, which has sold over 1 million copies through the years, and Rapunzel. While doing my research over Zelinsky, I realized that he is a kind of go-with-the-flow type of guy. Many illustrators may have a certain style that they like to stick to because it is what they are most comfortable with, but Paul doesn't define himself or his drawings with a style. He will read the words of the book, and whatever fits best with the words is what he will paint or draw, so each one could be different. To us non-illustrators, we may think that using Photoshop or copying pictures would be the easiest way out, but not to Zelinsky. He prefers hand drawing or painting all of his pictures, which makes them really unique and makes you realize how well he can actually draw. Everybody has something or someone that inspires them to want to follow in their footsteps. While Zelinsky was in college, Maurice Sendak inspired him to get into illustrating books because he saw how talented Sendak was, and he knew he himself was also talented. Since the words in the book inspire his drawings or paintings, the words really fit together with the pictures that we will be seeing. Out of all the books that Paul Zelinsky has illustrated, I chose Hansel and Gretel. The visual elements that I found for this book were space, color, and perspective. The pictures show space because some of them seem to show emptiness, loneliness, or distance. And this picture shows those three. I chose color because they were walking through the forest where it was really dark, which could mean that they were scared. It would be this picture. But once they came upon the gingerbread house, all of the colors were bright, which would make them feel happy for being there. And for the last one, I chose perspective. The perspective in the book had close shots and far shots, which would take you in and out of being right in the story. And this picture was a close shot because you're right up into the book. Zelinsky had said that he didn't really have a style to his illustrations, so it was difficult to choose an artistic style. I ended up choosing folk art because Hansel and Gretel is a folk tale. Besides having the books, the only other media for Hansel and Gretel is a movie called Hansel and Gretel, The Witch Hunters. I have not seen this movie, so I cannot compare it to the book, but it doesn't sound like it is anything close to the actual book. If you're like me, you see books but don't really pay attention to the author or illustrator. So I hope you have learned a little bit about Paul O. Zelinsky and even Hansel and Gretel.